Hello, and welcome once again to a segment being sponsored by the Tarrant Small Business Development Center. My name is Rodney Johnson, and today I get to serve as your host for this Facebook Live event. I want to thank each and every one of you for the time and the attention that you've given us, and as well as the encouragement as we go about our daily task and honored responsibility of helping as many small businesses as we can to either help them start their businesses, to grow their businesses, and then to sustain their businesses. And today, what we wanted to highlight or put a spotlight on is the fact that this month is known as Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month of 2021. It is an important month for this group of Americans, and it's important that they know how much we appreciate and value them. Here's some facts and figures. I just want to throw out a few facts, and then I'll let you have the rest of your day back. First thing I want to talk about is not yet, Catherine. But first thing I want to talk about is that the Asian American and Pacific Islanders, number one, they're the fastest growing racial group in the United States, according to the United States Census Department. The AAPI population is comprised of over 40 different ethnic subgroups, and it is expected to more than double from 20 million, which is about where it's at today, to over 51 million by the year 2060. There are more than 555,200 Asian-owned businesses in the United States. That's about 9.9% of all businesses in the United States, which means basically 1 out of 10 of the businesses in the United States are Asian-owned. Now, to bring that on down to home, there are about 44,000 businesses that we know of here in Tarrant County. So what that suggests to us is that, keeping those same numbers and statistics, about 4,400 of those businesses out of 44,000 are Asian businesses. That's a significant impact on our economy. That's a significant impact on our ecosystem. 10% of our businesses are Asian inspired. And for that, we are really, really appreciative to this community, to this group, which is ever so important. A couple of fun facts that I just want to share with you. And so, Catherine, we are ready now. A couple of fun facts that I just really wanted to highlight. Number one of the largest populated states is California. They have 17% of the Asian population, while Wyoming has about 2% of the population. When we think about educational attainment, going to the higher end, about 2 out of 10 of the Asian communities have a graduate or postgraduate degree. 3 out of 10 have a bachelor's degree. 2 out of 10 have some college and associate's degree, and 2 out of 10 are at least high school graduates. Which, when you add all of that up, it says about 88% of the Asian population are educated or have advanced degrees. That's extremely impressive. When you look at their occupations, you find that 5 out of 10 work in management, business, science, and arts. 2 out of 10 work in the sales or the office areas. 2 out of 10 work in the service occupations. 1 out of 10 work in the production, the transportation of material moving operations. And then 1 out of 10 work in natural resources, construction, and maintenance occupations. So we can see that half of them work in management, business, science, and the arts. Congratulations. Here are the birthplaces of some very famous Asian Americans, names who you may recognize or you may not recognize them, but Lucy Liu, who is an actress, was born in Queens, New York. Bruce Lee, known for his kung fu skills, was born in San Francisco, California. Michelle Kwan was born in Torrance, California. Mindy Kaling was born in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Patsy Mink was born in Hawaii. And Ellison Ozuka was born in Hawaii. We have some extremely famous and highly productive and highly contributing citizens who are of Asian descent, but born right here in the United States. Let's go to the next page. Next, we want to talk about there's one more page, Kathleen. So the next thing that we want to talk about is that there are some additional Asian Americans who were not born here in the United States, but since having been here, have become extremely productive. And so I'll go ahead and talk about them. So we have, when we talk about the Pacific Islanders, we want to talk about the Native Hawaiian and the other populations. 25% of our Hawaiian population, from a business standpoint, lives obviously in Hawaii, while Vermont has 0.1%. When we think about educational attainments, we understand that 1 out of 10 have a graduate or professional degree, 2 out of 10 have a bachelor's degree, 3 out of 10 have some college or associate's degree, 3 out of 10 are high school graduates. So when we look at that, at least 9 out of the 10 of Hawaiians have at least a high school, and others have significant graduate or postgraduate experience. When we think about famous Hawaiians who have graced us with their contributions, we think about, and I'm going to butcher these names, so forewarning. I'm going to take the easy way. We have Daniel Akaka, who was born in Hawaii. We have Duke Kahamana Oku, was born in Hawaii. We have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, one of my favorite actors, born in Hayward, California. We have Lalani Mantu, born in Rochester, Minnesota. Jordan Tayamu was born in Hawaii. And Joe Diarte was born in Guam. When we look at where they choose to operate, where they choose to occupy, where they choose to contribute, we find that 3 out of 10 of them work in management, business, science, and the arts. 2 out of 10 work in the sales and the office occupations. 2 out of 10 work in the service corporations. 2 out of 10 work in the production, transportation, and the material moving systems. And then 1 out of 10 works in natural resources, construction, and maintenance occupations. We can see their footprints all over the American productivity landscape. I think that is extremely, extremely important to recognize as we go through and think about the Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And so when I think about more local contributions, there are some names that come to the mind. One of the first names that come to mind is a gentleman by the name of David Dang. David Dang has become a personal friend of mine, but he's also very tied into the Vietnamese community here inside of Tarrant County. David, you're one of our Asian heroes for the month. Thank you for all that you do. And I know that you don't really appreciate or seek a lot of attention, but because of what you do, so many businesses are surviving and are able to survive. We go on and we think about people like Grace McDermott, who is the Pan-Asian president and have served in that role in that capacity for years. At times she's had to do it with a very competent staff, but there's also times when she's had to go it alone. Grace, you are one of our heroes here in Tarrant County, and not only in Tarrant County, but across the United States. We understand that your network is deep and wide. And we appreciate you for using all of your connections, all of your friendships, all of your relationships to bring the very best back here to Tarrant County and to the Dallas-Fort Worth community. There's also an unsung hero by the name of Kathy Wynn. Now, Kathy is a professor, an entrepreneur, and a mother who spends her days educating, but also spends significant amount of time helping to make sure that the Vietnamese community understand about the various resources that are available to them during times like the pandemic. She's helped countless businesses get started or stay started or find the right funding for their businesses. And she's done an admirable job. And I know that there are others. I know that there are the Andy Wins, and I know that there are a number of high impacting Asian Americans in Tarrant County. And I want to just take my hat off to you and tell you it's been a pleasure to know you. We also have one within the Tarrant Small Business Development Center. He's a quiet gentleman. He's really an introvert, as we've come to understand him. His name is Hung Dang. And Hung is an individual who works at the Small Business Development Center. He is one of our unsung heroes. He goes about quietly as an entrepreneur, but as a business advisor, trying to help as many people as he can to overcome whatever challenges they may have, be the challenge a communication challenge or lack of resources or lack of where to go get resources. Hung has done an extremely admirable job since being a business advisor under the CARES Act for the Tarrant Small Business Development Center. It is a pleasure to work with Mr. Hung Dang. And so with that being said, I want to tell you that Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month is important. It's important for so many reasons, but it's important because you're important. And so we're here to help. We're here to help, and it doesn't have to be just a special month. It could be any month and any subject and any issue. And we are destined and determined to bring to you the resources that you're looking for. So if you need our help, if you want our assistance, contact us, call us. We can be found at 817-515-2600. If you need to talk to Hung Dang, if you need to speak to Hung in your Vietnamese language, Hung Dang is available. If you need to speak with someone who speaks Spanish, we have others, advisors and agents that are available. We also have representation for the Ghanaian community. We also have the Hispanic community, and we have a number of communities that are represented. We are here to try to help you solution whatever problem you have. If you want to go to our website, there you will find a couple of forms that will allow you to more quickly get in contact with us. Go to tarrantsbdc.org. That's tarrantsbdc.org. So from the Tarrant Small Business Development Center, and again, my name is Rodney Johnson. It is my personal pleasure and privilege to serve as the director for this center, where every day we wake up to try to help your day be a little bit better. We love small businesses. We're ambassadors for small businesses. We're your ambassadors. Thank you, and we hope this has been beneficial, and we genuinely congratulate those that we have recognized today. But we also hope that the world sees the value in you that we see in you as we continue throughout this month of recognition for the Asian American and Pacific Island Heritage Month of 2021. Thank you.